Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm UnderDog, and this is going to be my first video. In case you're... Oh, hopefully the video's not that long, by the way. In case you're wondering why I call myself UnderDog, it's because that's how I play the game, basically. I've been playing this game since the early 2016. I've always been like free to play it. I've never followed the meta. I've had a lot of different like phases playing the game, but for the most part, I've been running Destriers and Cossacks with like various loadouts and whatnot. I'm definitely very completionist, and I don't believe in just like ditching everything for the next meta. So it's pretty much impossible to catch up with the meta these days anyway. Plus, I love a good challenge. That's enough rambling. Let me get to the point of today's video. Let me see. I figured the best thing to start off with would be to show you my current loadouts and whatnot. Roll credits. You probably noticed I'm running a lot of Punishers, and they're my favorite weapon, so go figure. Yeah. Let's see. All my Desters are already Mark III, but only a couple of them are actually equipped with the Mark III Punishers, and I'll explain that sometime other time. This first one is kind of like a general, so that's why I have the skin on it, not the other one. All the other ones. I like variety, so I try to use as many skins as possible. And this one has now this one has Mark III Punishers because I usually spawn it first. Now, believe it or not, this is actually my free for all. This is actually my free for all hanger. Now, none of these Destriers have pilots at the moment, but they all do have the little starter drones for now, at least. Now, these next two are nothing special. They just have like Mark II Punishers on them and whatnot. Now, this last one has my other two Mark III Punishers on it. Sorry if I'm mumbling. Let me think. Sorry, long pause. Kind of zoned out a second for there. Anyway, yeah, but I'm not going to be upgrading any of the Punishers right now. I pretty much have the Punishers that I want. Take a sip of water. So I'm not going to be working on any more Punishers. Well, like, I'll be using them, but like I won't be upgrading anymore for anytime soon. I'm still working on the drones though, because I only have like the starter ones that they exchanged for the ones we already had. Especially concerned, and I would have better ones, but you know, the microchip's pretty hard to come by to begin with. So next one, and here's my Punisher Cossack, or Punisher T Cossack, what do you want to call it? Now this is arguably like the most powerful bot I have at the moment, other than like my Titans. The Cossack and the Punisher T that's on are both Mark III. And I haven't many powerful drones yet, so that's probably why I just have that maxed out starter one on it. But eventually, obviously, I'll get more powerful drones to put on it. Now, here's the pilot that I have on him in here. He's level 69, which is nice. I'll probably have him maxed out in like a couple days, going by how new the new increased experience rate is on him, which is actually kind of new to me because I've been out of the game for like several months, so that's pretty cool, or at least I think so. And I have other pilots, but this like guy was like actually the first pilot that dropped in. His name is James Mon, I think. That's like a great name, to be honest. And then explain his skills that's got him in just a minute. If you wanna, I guess if you wanna like pause the video here and read his little backstory, you can. But You know, this is pretty much the same as it's going to be similar to some of the other ones because they all pretty much have this rehatched to the same thing with their names put in it. Now when he's maxed, I'll end up working on my next one. But for right now, I'm just working on him. Now, as you can tell, I've put there's lots of skills you can put on, but I've picked these ones. I've picked these specific ones for reasons. Well, reasons obviously, duh. Anyway, so I got the sharpshooter and the gunsmith, and then the speed shooter because that's like the best 3 skills you can run on a Punisher build. So I want that have the most because I do love running Punishers. I want those to be as powerful as possible. And then obviously I put the armor expert and the mechanic, and then the master gunsmith on as well. So the Cossack will be more powerful. Well, in pretty much always. And it's pretty much the only healing I have available right now, even though it's not that much. It's 0.5 per second. And then right now I'm currently working on maxing out my Roadhog stat. So I only got like I said, like a couple more levels before that's maxed out, and then I'm going to go ahead and increase. It'd be nice if this would last. It'd be nice if this would go ahead and last a little bit longer, so I can get a discount by the time I'm done maxing him out. But it's only a difference of 50, and I got plenty to begin with, so it's fine. I'm going back. Go ahead and go back now. And then, and the next pilot I'll be working on will actually be going on this gesture and the whatnot. And then I'll explain other stuff, the other pilots I'm going to be running and whatnot later on. And here's my trump card, basically. It's my Kid Titan. He kicks a lot of ass, to be honest. Like you would think that because he's the starter Titan that he wouldn't be able to hold his own, but for the most part, I am able to kick some Titan booty. Now the Titan itself is maxed out, but I'm still working on working on the weapons and stuff. The Retaliators are pretty highly leveled already, and they'll probably be maxed out within a couple of weeks, or probably about a week maybe. And then I'll start working on the Vengeance. Only because, the Retaliators are always active, whereas the Vengeance has to be activated for the ability. And I don't have a pilot on it at the moment, because, they're fairly recent and hard to come by. But when I do get a pilot, I am going to be putting it on the... when I do get a Titan pilot, I will be putting it on the kid first. And then in terms of modules, I'll probably just be working on these simple ones first, and then after that, I'll be doing some other things that I'll talk about in another video. I mean, I could talk about here, but I don't want the video to take too long. I'm trying to think. Let me see. I also have more. Like I said, I don't have any of the Titan pilots, but when I get a Yang Li, because he's one of the only 2 there is, obviously. When I get a Yang Li, I'm gonna put him on the kit first, and I'd rather go ahead and give him as many weapon skills as possible, because he's already got his skills are already versatile. So I'd rather go ahead and give him weapon skills so he's versatile on other bots as opposed to being stuck to just the one Titan. Okay, so that's my free-for-all here. Now let me go ahead and show you my domination here. First, I gotta switch a couple things out real quick. Okay, so this is my 5th gesture. I have pretty much 5 of every silver bot, just in case you're wondering. Now switch that back out, and then now that basically makes my James Ma gesture the general, basically, pretty much. Now I switch it out because I don't really have definitely don't have any powerful weapons to even run on the I'd rather go ahead and run my maxed out Kid than trying to run a Arthur that doesn't have any doesn't have very much of a kick to it yet. And of course I also have the loot store, but it'll be a while before I run that one. So basically this is what I run for domination. Nothing too special. The Cossacks are Mark II with whatever weapons I have that are the most effective, which I would know there's lots of weapons in the game, but I don't really follow the meta. So they're gonna obviously have to be for close range because I'm running domination. I'm trying to get in fast and not really worry that much about damage. If I want to do damage, that's when I would bring my Titan in, obviously, to try to switch the sway of a battle a little bit. Now, so obviously I spawned this bad boy first, but because none of this gear is very powerful yet, but it's it'll get there. So I have Mallet T, Tehran, Orkin, and Scourge on these. Mostly like old school gear, but that's just how I roll. I love old school stuff. Pretty much nothing. I mean, like, it might be more powerful, but the anything that's brought into the new metas will be more powerful. But like, you can't beat how classic it is to run these old school builds. Now I guess the last thing to show you would be my mothership. It's just a level 35 dreadnought that I'm working on. Nothing too special, but it has scored me some. It has scored me some skill. It has some. I'm stuttering a lot. Sorry. It has scored me a few kills in a pinch sometimes. Now, just a couple more things before I wrap up this video. I figured I'd show you all my stats to let you know how well I typically do. So, the victory rate is about 58%. So, everyone gets their butts kicked, whatnot. Everyone gets their butts kicked every now and then, but I usually do hold my own. I'm in Gold League at the moment, Gold 3. I think the highest I've ever been is either Diamond 1, or I might have been an Expert 3 at one point, but I don't remember. Just to keep in mind, this is for all these stats are in relation to running Cossacks and Destroyers. They have absolutely nothing. Like, I have not really been using any other bots, or haven't been maining. Like, I've switched out as experiments sometimes, but for the most part I've been maining Destroyers and Cossacks for the last 7 years on and off that I've been playing this game. Now, average damage is typically about a little under 1 million. And of course, most of this stuff is going to be accomplished by my Titan, or at least the last 50 battle states. But at the same time, some of these stats have actually been had nothing to do with the Titan. I set them way before Titans were even part of the game. I get about 3 kills per battle, and then at least 1 Titan per battle. Now, that's on average, but I've definitely had some battles recently since I started coming back to the game where I've killed like multiple Titans with just my 1 Titan. Now, max winning streak is 12. Only because, like I said, I haven't been running meta, so I'm not gonna be able to get those much higher stats that everyone else is getting. But as long as I'm having fun, I don't really care all that much. Now, my max damage dealt is only almost 2.2 million damage, and I'm trying to beat that. I could have sworn that I had a match where I beat that the other day, or the day before yesterday, I don't remember, but I guess it didn't count somehow. And now my longest kill streak is 17, which, believe it or not, I actually set. I don't remember obviously every detail of the match, but I remember that match was like set on I can't remember which one. The one with all the rocks. I'm brain fart. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'll go check it in a second. But I set that with my Scourge Cossack back when that would have been a little bit more effective given the new metas and whatnot. Now my total victories are over almost 6,750. Now playing this game for like about 7 years or over 7 years, on and off, I guess. You would probably expect me to have like quite a lot more victories, but you know, since I've not been, I hate to keep saying that, you know, I don't play the meta, but like it's, you know, kind of explains a lot. But basically, like, because I'm pretty sure there's people in there that I know there's people that definitely have that have been playing since the game first came out, that have, you know, over, you know, in the 5 digits for sure. If not, I actually would not be surprised if there's probably someone out there that might have a 6-digit victory count. Of course, that's victories. That's not in terms of actual battles played. That's just how many you won. My family is being noisy. Anyway, now actually I'd be interested in if y'all would let me know in the comments what what kind of stats y'all normally get and what kind of like loadouts y'all run. If you're, you know, if you feel like telling me. I'm always eager to engage with like players of, I don't care if you just started a game or if you've been playing for years. It's always interesting to find out what kind of players are on the field. Last but not least, let's talk resources. Probably noticed that you probably noticed that by now that I got quite a hoard of gold and whatnot. I just like break it down one by one. I don't spend gold. I don't spend gold to upgrade any to speed up any upgrades. So I always just have like a giant surplus so I can spend on other things. Now, of course, one of those things would be to obviously promote my pilots, but given the recent introduction of Memoriam or whatever, or when it is implemented, that I won't be able to do that anymore. So I'll have pretty much even more gold to spend on the other things like buying weapons and whatnot, and opening up new hangars, which will take quite a long time to accomplish anyway. But you get my point. Now, what's next? Yeah, silver. I'm not spending any silver until I actually switch up weapons, because like all the Punishers I've got are at the level I want them to be, and then the weapons in here, it would take too long if I was trying to. It would take way too long to switch between, to actually be able to switch anything out if I was trying to focus on building up 2 different hangars at the same time. So I'm not going to even attempt to do that. But like I said, I'm not spending any silver until I switch weapons. So like by the time I do switch weapons, which will those will be the Mollets next. After I'm done with my Destrier that has Punishers on it and a pilot, I'm going to be working on Mollet. I'm going to be working on a couple Mollets, like probably about 4 of them. Yeah, so that silver should accumulate pretty well. It's already half a billion now, and I know I've definitely seen people with well over 1 billion. So by the time I get around to doing that, hopefully I'd like to have at least 1 billion. That was my goal that I wanted to have. I remember when I was playing the game last time, so that should be pretty good amount. Now, power cells wise, I'm not really maining any bots that have active modules, so I won't be spending any for like a really long time. That's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. See you in the next one. Peace. Ah! I didn't mean to click that. I was trying to end the video. Bye-bye.